All right, let's make a histogram. First thing before I make a histogram, click on the data ribbon. Do you have that data analysis tool? If you do not, go to File, go to Options, go to Add-ins, click on Analysis Tool Pack, click on Go, make sure there's a click here, check there, click OK. All right, so we've got the data analysis tool pack. Next thing we do is these list of things. We first need to find our maximum of our data. Okay, so I'm going to click on max, go over to my data, and highlight all of it. Got that. Now I'm going to find my min. Highlight all that. Okay. Now I find my bin range. Now my bin range is always going to be equal to the max minus the min divided by your number of bins. So we have that equation right over here. The number of bins is typically 10 unless I say otherwise. So that's 2.8. I now need to round it to a multiple of 5. So the numbers are all intuitive and easy to work with. 2.8 rounds up to 5. Boom. All done with that. Okay, now it's time to make the bins. This is a little harder. My first bin is going to be something close to my min, but I would again like it to be a multiple of 5. So that's going to be 60. It's smaller than my min and a multiple of 5. The next one is a little bit more complicated. I want it to go up by 5. So I'm going to click on the bin above, because it's going to be that, plus, and it's going to go up by 5. Enter. Now ideally, the computer, we know Excel has a little brain. If I autofill, it'll count it up for me. But for some reason it didn't do that. And that's because when it autofills, it keeps going down from the original equation. And the original equation was just here, so it went down from here. These are empty cells. So I need to let the computer know that I want the second cell to be the first one plus this cell, and I never want to change from 5. So to let it know to never change, I put $signs in front of the E and the 4. We call that absolute referencing. Now let's see how it works. If I go down, awesome. Now I need to go down to a number that is equal to or greater than my max, 91. 95 does just that. Perfect. Now I'm ready to actually make the histogram. So we are on Make the Histogram. Okay, I go to Data, Data Analysis Tool, Histogram. Okay. As you see right here, it tells you the things you need to do. So first thing I need to do is my input data. So my input data, I'm going to go up to the top of my data. Notice I'm only highlighting the numbers. Words will not work. Okay, so I've got that. Oops, I think I messed up. Then I'm going to put in my bin range. So I'm going to highlight the numbers for my bin range. Awesome. Now I'm going to tell it where I want my output to be, and I think I'll have the output, so click on that. I click on this little box first. There's space here for an output, so I'll put that right there. And here's really important. I want a chart. I want it to give me a graph. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom. Awesome. I now have a graph. I have this. First thing I'm going to do now, I've got to check my histogram. Make sure the More item has 0. It has 0. What that means is that everything is accounted for. If it had a number in it, then it would mean that I didn't have enough bins. There was something larger than 95 that didn't fit in here. It's all here. Get rid of this frequency. I don't need that key there. Now we have the only problem left is our bars are not touching. So I'm going to double click on those and go over to the gap width. Move that to 0%. Looks awesome. Only thing left is my titling. So we'll just call this heights really quickly. Frequency, that is correct. This does give us the frequency. This right here actually is not a bin. The bins tell us how many inches. So that's what we were actually looking at. This means that we've got 70 people who are between 75 and 80 inches. If you want to write what things are between, you can retype this as 60 to 65. Okay. And this would be just a little over 65. I'm just going to write 65 to 70, etc. If you want that to say it, you do not need to do that. The other thing I might do for this assignment, I would like your histogram up here in the corner. And you might want to change the design so that it looks in a way that is more pleasing to you. If you do that, that's totally fine. Again, just fix your gaps to make sure that they are at 0%. All right, hope you'll enjoy it.